Well, this is not good.
I might have to put you on timeout.
People keep accidentally gluing their eyes shut. Why? Because they keep mistaking nail glue for eye drops.
How does that happen?
There's a TikToker named Breezy Bree who recently posted a video from the ER after she tried to use some eye drops and grabbed fingernail glue instead. There's a brand called Kiss.
I'm going to look at it.
That sells it in the same type of bottle that eye drops come in. It's like Superglue for your nails, and it dries in seconds. She is not the first person to get the bottles mixed up.
I could see that.
Healthcare workers say it's become a real issue, and they're seeing more and more people who accidentally glue their eyes shut. One doctor called it, quote unquote, relatively common.
What?
The TikToker said she had to sit in the ER while they flushed her eye out. They attached a little tube to her eyelid to keep the fluid running, so it took a little while, but she is okay.
Oh, my gosh.
Experts say the safest thing to do is to double check the dropper anytime you put something in your eyes, maybe even read the label out loud. And if you do ever put the wrong thing in there, get to a sink as fast as possible, wash your eyes out, or if it is too late, go to the emergency room.
Oh, my goodness. That I would imagine that the company who makes the nail glue has been notified and maybe is reconsidering the packaging. That would be the smart thing, right? Because you don't want to be associated with that.
Yeah, you don't. There is I really feel like the onus is on the user.
Sure.
Whose side are you on? You're a class action lawsuit person.
I was just going to say, how about the people who are like, oh, this coffee was hot. I'm going to sue.
Now, wait. There's a documentary about that lady.
Oh, there is?
There is. You should watch it.
Okay.
You should watch it paints the picture differently. We all heard woman gets coffee from McDonald's in the 90s, spills it on herself. Ouch, it's hot. Sue, give me millions. It was different than that. It was different than that. Why don't you
just tell me so I don't have to watch it?
Because I kind of forget.
What's the basic? Like
I think it was actually much, much hotter than it was supposed to be.
Okay. That sometimes happens with the soup downstairs. I'm just saying.
Oh, do we have a class action opportunity?
Do you know what I'm talking about, though? Like, you'll be like, oh, soup, la-di-da-di-da-di. And then you go to put some in your mouth and you're like, ah. Am I right?
She got third-degree burns, the woman who spilled the coffee.
All right.
She was 79, Donna. I know that you seem to have an issue with elderly women off the air, but this is disgusting. She sued McDonald's saying that the coffee was dangerously hot and caused her severe injuries.
Okay, that's fair. I'm sorry I blew up.
McDonald's argued that she was responsible for her injuries, claiming she spilled the coffee on herself and the coffee's temperature was not abnormally high.
But they still paid her, didn't they?
McDonald's coffee was served at a temperature between 180 and 190 degrees Fahrenheit, which is significantly hotter than the coffee served at other restaurants. McDonald's admitted it had received over 700 complaints about coffee burns over a 10-year period, but did not change its coffee temperature or warnings. They gave her $200,000 in compensatory damages.
Oh, that's nothing to them. That's like $20.
And they gave her $2.7 million in punitive damages.
Oh, there you go.
The case ultimately settled for less than $600,000.
Can you explain punitive to me?
I was going to ask you the same. You were a juror.
I'm pretty sure it means
inflicting or intended as punishment. He called for punitive measures against the Eastern Bloc is the example that they give.
Inflicting.
It's like a penalty.
Okay.
Why are we doing this?
I'm not sure. I would like to throw the people who are doing this in timeout. Did you hear about this? California cameras?
I did.
Hidden cameras on are being discovered on people's property, like in their landscaping, that are oftentimes painted green, wrapped in leaves. And so there were 2 reports in March in Southern California homes where it kind of created some concern that these cameras were being used to track people's movements and routines in order to determine a good time to break into the house. That is crazy. So 2 people were arrested last September for setting up these hidden cameras outside of a Temecula property. And even though the arrests took place, the behavior is still ongoing. So the problem is still there. So this makes me want to go outside and take a peeky poo.
Donna.
What?
I doubt it.
Why? Because I don't go anywhere?
No, I just don't think that yours is a high target.
Oh, I see what you're saying. This is for fancy houses?
Yeah. Not your, as you self-describe it, a garbage house.
Yeah, okay.
I think you're safe.
They've also been found in other parts of the country, like a wealthy suburb of Scarsdale, New York. So...
Remember when Maddie B from TV told you a couple years ago that you're unabductable, that you're no longer
I do.
on the abduction list?
I do. I thought about that yesterday.
Would you catch like a bad angle of yourself or something? It's like, I am unabductable. He said that you had aged out.
Yeah, he's like, Dad, what? Abducted? Haven't you aged out of that? I'm like, what?
He meant that as a friend. Like, you should feel safe. Be at ease. You're good.
Well, I didn't know that when someone is thinking about abducting somebody, they're like, okay, I got to get this college student. I just, danger is lurking everywhere for everybody.
It probably, what's the inappropriate way to say this?
There's a specific demographic by which...
Based on what the abductor is
Statistics.
hoping to do with the abducted. What's he trying to, or she, trying to get out of it, Right?
Oh,
What?
I see what you're saying.
I know.
Not only am I not abductable...
That's not what I'm saying. You are just, wow.
Mm-hmm.
The iRobot, the maker of the popular Roomba vacuum cleaner, told investors yesterday that it could cease to operate in the next 12 months if it doesn't find a buyer. Amazon had planned to acquire the company for $1.7 billion back in 2022, but the deal collapsed amid regulatory pressure. Since then, iRobot's CEO has stepped down. It's laid off more than half of its workforce as competition from Chinese manufacturers is making their path toward profitability challenging.
Huh.
We have one.
Do you like it?
We very rarely use it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
You need to get Lou on the phone for that. I'm like,
Is it
open
not
the
picking
door.
up?
I think it's doing good enough.
Is it?
I forget why we don't use it anymore.
Does it have to do with the dog chasing it or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
I gotta go. We need a chiropractor here. I need my back adjusted.
And you need a sandwich. I know.
I do need a sandwich. Hey, you brought me
Some chocolate.
chocolate.
What do you say?
I need to investigate it before I offer. It's only 47% cacao. Donna.
It's all I could find.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Wow, that's a first.